Hello Aries, this is your October forecast. It also applies if you're Aries rising or Aries moon. Yay! This month, Mercury, the planet that rules transportation, technology, communications, goes direct. So let me break down the month for you. For the first 8 days of the month, we've got Venus still here in your 5th house of love, romance. So this can still bring you an opportunity for a love relationship. It can also bring you some good news about a child or a young person in your life. And it can also mean that you decide to do something that you really enjoy and make a living from it. And it's also good for those of you in the entertainment business. This could be a new venue, a new opportunity, a new gallery, a new concert, something in this area. And also a good time for those first 8-9 days of the month to do something cultural. Go to the theatre, a film, do something that really you enjoy, but also because Venus is ruled by Libra, also that kind of like just expands your mind and understanding of different places and cultures and peoples. So on the 10th of October, the very next day, Mercury goes direct. Mercury here being retrograde in your house of relationships. So we've also got the Sun there for the first 3 and a bit weeks of this month as well. So Aries, much happening for you in relationships. We've got Uranus in your sign that's been rocking things quite a lot. And then we've got this Mercury retrograde, still retrograde for those first 9 days of the month. So this is still a good time to really reconsider, reevaluate how you communicate, how you talk, how you speak in relationships. It's best not to take actual action until after the 10th, if you possibly can. Also, you may be reevaluating a contract. This 7th house has to do with business contracts, business deals, especially a one-on-one deal. So you may be reevaluating something, and then from the 10th onwards, it can go forwards. On the 13th, we've got a new moon happening in Libra, also in this 7th house. So first 10 days, you're doing a lot of reflecting, revising, reassessing relationships. The Sun is shining a light saying, okay, Aries, you've got to get on with it. There are some important changes to be made. And then this new moon on the 13th gives you an opportunity for some new beginnings, a fresh start. So when the new moon falls in your 7th house, yes, this can bring a new relationship. A love relationship, a partnership, a business relationship as well. So this new moon gives you an opportunity to see it differently, to act differently, and to create something new for yourself in your relationships. Many of you have been feeling impatient for this with this Uranus energy, especially Uranus in your sign, Aries. Many of you have been feeling a great frustration, but this new moon is giving you a quiet, gentle nudge saying, okay, now you can drop away the old and start with something new and more exciting, because Aries, you need excitement. And then on the 24th of this month, we've got the Sun moving into your 8th house. So this is now shining a light on maybe a relationship that's going to go deeper, that's going to become more intimate. Also, the Sun in this 8th house for you, Aries, is shining a light on anything connected with your finances, connected with maybe a tax issue, insurance, but it's also shining a light on an opportunity for maybe some kind of sponsorship, especially if you created that new idea here. And I forgot to say, simply because of this Mercury retrograde, show you how it works. It makes you redo something or go back to something. So I'm going back to the fact that on the 9th of the month, very importantly, Venus goes into your 6th house of health, service, work. So this Venus energy here could really bring you a new opportunity in your work, some good luck, some good fortune, maybe a colleague at work speaking up for you, putting in a good word for you, and it might not be even from the same company, it might come from elsewhere and give you a new opportunity. I would watch the sweet tooth. Venus in this 6th house often makes you want to indulge in sweet things. With Jupiter there as well, there's a possibility to go to extremes. There's the extreme of really just going crazy and saying, to hell with the diet, I don't care anymore, I'm just going to enjoy myself. But at the same time, you may go to the other extreme and say, I'm going to be really careful and I'm not going to go outside of the diet that I've decided I'm going to do, the exercise regime I've decided on. I'm going to be really sensible. And for a lot of this month, these 3 planets, Venus, Mars and Jupiter, especially the last couple of weeks, are together. On the 28th, they're exactly together. And they're all in Virgo in this 6th house for you. So Mars there is energizing you. If you really want to do exercise and you really want to get your body fit, this is the time to do it, especially from the middle of the month onwards, Aries. You're going to need to blow off some energy. So at work, you may be extremely busy, lots to do, maybe feeling a little bit overwhelmed. But equally, this could bring you new opportunities as well. So Jupiter is it magnifies everything that's great, but it also magnifies everything that you might want to improve on or change. But certainly a big focus for you this month connected with your health and your work. And you also might want to volunteer. Use some of that extra energy that you might be feeling to volunteering and to helping others in some way, making a contribution. On the 27th of the month, we've got a full moon happening for you here in your 2nd house of money. So we've got the Sun going into the 8th house of joint finances, money that you deal with from banks and financial institutions and the tax people. And here we've got this full moon shining a light on your money, your earned income. So whenever there's a full moon, this could be something coming to fruition. So there could be a deal that you've done, something that you've worked out, especially using maybe this Mars-Jupiter energy, which is very much pushing forward and not taking no for an answer. And here at the end of the month, something comes to fruition for you. Equally, it may shine a light on something, because it's a full moon, it shines a light. It may say, there's something that isn't quite right with my finances that needs to be adjusted or adapted, and this full moon will show you where you may need to make some corrections or adjustments. So all month we've got a very beneficial aspect happening of a trine between Jupiter and Pluto together, pretty much all month. So this for you could really bring an opportunity to take a more powerful position in work, maybe to take a position in a charity or a helping organization in some way. But it's a really powerful aspect. So if you don't give way, if you stay strong, if you've been focused on what it is you want in your career and your work, this month could really push you along like a real turbocharge. It also gives you an opportunity maybe to meet with some powerful people, people who can help your career, influential people who can direct you in a more powerful direction. So the last couple of weeks of this month, we've got Saturn making this square to, sorry, I'm losing it here with this Mercury retro, no excuses really, but there is a square energy going on from this Neptune to Saturn. Squares I prefer to put in red because it often means action. So this very much means making sure, because Saturn is the planet of integrity and honor, making sure you're keeping your word, because Neptune sometimes may just float off and make excuses and say, oh, you know, something came up, something else happened. So make sure you're in alignment with doing what you say you're going to do. There is a possibility for deception, for somebody telling you something and then not following through as well. So that's just something to be aware of. And I think we'll see that on a wider scale as well with our global economy, where governments are going to promise things and then they're not going to be able to keep those promises. So just make sure you keep your promises and you don't overcommit. So there you have it, my lovely Aries. I wish you a great October. Thank you for listening, subscribing, sharing, and of course I'm always delighted for those of you that come for personal readings, where I can take a really good look at your chart and what the transits and progressions mean for you. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.